Okay, this is a VoD review of a 3.2 Projectile DPS in a
Jack,
scrim.
that's my hero. What are you doing?
I gotta try out.
It's useful, first of all, that I
Oh
can
yeah,
make
of course,
comms.
of course.
Means I can just I can focus on not just you but also your team. Okay. I'm gonna imagine that everyone else is around the same SR as you.
What was that?
Yeah, let me get a bucket.
I was
Get a bucket pen.
sound two pieces of glass bumping into each other.
Oh, okay. Let's go dive Widow Pharaoh.
Okay, this map, yes.
Nice.
This map
Yes.
is okay. This is the dive map. This is the map you should be playing dive on. You can play Ranzari on it. It is good too, but this is the dive map. Widow Pharaoh is good, but what it means is that your tanks are gonna have no immediate follow up from like a dive DPS, because Pharaoh, obviously she's gonna be putting in the damage from above, but she's not going to be like, she can't exactly focus the same target as your tanks are because it's just all clumped up. And you don't have a dive DPS, so you don't have a proper flanker to take out their supports. Your Pharaoh should be focusing on their tanks. And obviously your Widow just pumping in damage.
I'd probably play Moira or Lucio Skelly, because when you're gonna have like, no, we're not gonna protect you if you're Zen, you know.
What about top now?
Huh?
What about top?
Top. Oh, Torb.
Top.
Okay, with dive, he's just said Moira or Lucio. That is fine. Lucio would dive on this map with Lucio is fine. But sometimes you are gonna have to play dive with a Zen, and what you can do with that is like counter dive them. So you'll have them dive you, you take care of their tanks, and then they've got like, and save your Zen. Then they have a tank line, and then you dive them. That's what you should be looking to do when you play with a Zen. Lucio is fine, he's harder to be focused. Obviously Winston is good against him.
Wait, which one is custom?
Spyro.
Yeah.
You can just.
You should
say like
shoot the floor and jump jet at the same time, because then you can try and concussive off the bridge.
They're 100% ever with her.
What? She might go.
Go monkey, go monkey, monkey.
Monkey.
Okay, shut off. This should be
Steven,
you should be in there. You should be high. You should be jump jetting right now. Shooting before jump jetting, getting up in the air. Make it harder for them to hit you.
Oh, there you
I booked two. Easy.
Nice.
Oh.
Huge.
Only pharmacy.
We don't know grapple.
I can rest.
Oh my god, that's fucking poggers.
go. Fine.
They could have easily dealt with you. You got like really low. You should be as high in the air as much as you possibly can. I see a lot of lower rank Pharaoh players playing a lot of ground Pharaoh, which does work sometimes, but in that case you would want it to be much higher. Like just jump jet as soon as you have it off cooldown.
Pharaoh on point.
Messi behind us. Messi still
I imagine you know about
Let's
how
go.
to infinite fly, but it's just you basically like tap spacebar, like you hold it down for a second, let go, hold it down for a
I've
second,
got
let go,
barrage.
and you'll, and then like you
I can
you
go
jump
on
jet, and
when
then
you barrage.
over time you will actually gain height.
It depends where they're going, where they're pushing.
Bridge, by the look of it. Yeah, bridge.
Alright, go on Widow if you can now. That'd be
Yes,
helpful.
Okay.
Monkey on me in the back.
Yeah, I got you.
Their divas reactions though were
Where's the
terrible.
one? Where's the one?
Good enough, good
You
enough.
should have got
can't
punished for that
press
so much quicker.
One. Got her.
Can this
Like-
diva die? I guess not.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
I was alone.
I can
Monkey
rest.
one.
Yeah,
Monkey
so
down.
that's number like pretty good.
Huge.
Diva D-Mac.
On my way.
I will.
Nice. Diva's got a mech. Just
I fell.
run this
Somewhere one.
then.
If you can now.
Okay.
yeah.
So right now you are doing
Alright, go on
nothing,
Widow if you can now.
and as Jane famously says, there is nothing wrong with nothing.
That'd be
Yes,
helpful.
But
Okay.
not if
Monkey.
the other team are doing
Come in
things.
the back.
So right here, you come over the wall. Oh god, sorry, I keep running this.
Oh, fucked up.
It depends where they're going, where they're pushing.
Okay, so you know they're pushing bridge.
Bridge, by the
You're
look
gonna
of
go
it.
over the bridge.
Alright, go on Widow if you can now. That'd
Yes,
be
somewhere.
helpful.
So you're gonna go straight over here. You come over here. There is. If I can I go 1 second back? Sorry, this is really Good. Okay, so there is here a Diva. I think that's a McCree. Then there's a Mercy and a Lucio. Your targets here are the Mercy and the Lucio. You kill them both, you win the fight. Their tanks have gone like over here somewhere. But this Diva is your problem. Because while she's still in mech... Actually no, that's not McCree, that's a Widow, sorry. Whilst she is still in mech, like she can completely cancel your ult and then get you killed. So you want to be telling your tanks to dive and focus this Diva. If you're looking to ult, to focus this Diva. If not, you can dive and not ult and focus their supports. But if you're looking to ult, you want to tell them to dive, focus the Diva as soon as she's out of mech, you press Q. And then like it's very, very hard for them to stop anything from you. The only reason your barrage worked there was because their Diva's reaction times were terrible. Like, she's there, she reacts after you've killed their Widow in there.
Good enough, good enough. You can't
That
rest
is
that.
right.
Somewhere one. Got it.
Can this Diva die? I guess not.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
I was
I
wrong.
can
Monkey one, monkey dead.
Huge.
Can I say exactly what they're wrong? Yeah, they have a Sombra now and a McCree. The McCree is obviously to put pressure on you. Their Sombra is basically, she's trying to, obviously she can take you out the air, but she's mainly going to try to like mess up your tanks.
On my way.
Nice.
When they
Diva's
dive.
on a mech, just back out now, back out.
They got a machine now instead of Widow.
Need some healing, please.
Ah, too many people.
Mini Diva low, mini Diva 1.
Just Diva. Stagger.
If you direct her, then you can just say mini Diva 30, because I should have 30 HP.
Oh, got him.
They're pushing white room by the look of it.
Yeah.
These are good staggers. They're staggering themselves, but this is good from you guys. Like, you're doing exactly what you should be doing here. You're just coming in with rockets, putting in damage.
No, just chill, just chill.
You're getting pocketed, so like this McCree's not going to kill you, especially at this range.
McCree is going left.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, they're pushing white room.
By
they're
the
going
look of
white
it.
They're
room.
monkeys.
Monkey to the
No,
blue
no,
zone.
Okay,
Big throw by monkey.
that was big throw by monkey.
Somewhere behind.
I mean, you guys did well to focus him down though.
Go aggressive
Let's
now,
go.
white room.
No
Come on.
sleep. No sleep.
Okay, they have no main tank, so you guys want to just be rushing them. This is such a small room, and you have spam from fire, so you just want to be like everyone goes balls deep in there, just in there, everyone, and then you might get up your ult, and if they're not all dead by then you just rescue and everyone dies. They're committing to this with no main tank, which was stupid. You have your ult. You should be saying Mercy, Mercy, pocket me, Diva, can you matrix me?
No, man, I don't
If
want
your
to-
Mercy was pocketing you and your Diva was matrixing you, you wouldn't have died there, which you should have been calling for.
Unlucky.
Sombra one. Monkey, monkey, monkey. Monkey low.
No, no, later. No, I got you.
Just Lucio.
Okay, you just outdive them there, and something you also did better at was you were active with your ult and not reactive, which is what I see so many teams, even up to 4.5 level, which is the highest level that I VoD review at. They will just ult reactively instead of actively, and it's such a simple thing to do, but teams forget to do it. If you're ulting reactively, then your ult is not to like create an effect, it's to stop an effect. But if you're ulting actively, then it's the other way around. It is to create an effect, and I mean obviously there are ults you want to use reactively, like support ults, but other than that, like you don't want to be McCree high nooning to stop a blade. You want to be high nooning to like create kills and create space. Also, you should be more communicative with your team about your barrage. It's such a powerful ultimate if you can keep yourself alive, but you are just standing there for a couple of seconds. So.
Okay, let's
Do
go right
goats
side.
or
Yeah.
God,
Or do you want
I
to
hate
add in
goats.
some DPS?
It works, but I hate
Let's go
it.
goats, but with Doomfist instead of Bigot.
I like it.
Okay, I play a lot of Doomfist myself, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, you can go Diva or Zaya, whatever. Luna doesn't
Sorry.
want it.
I play him in a roughly
Or D.Va
4K
you
level.
choose, and Lisa will play the other one.
With
Shady, you need to swap.
what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so look at your team. Obviously, you have goats, but you don't have goats. You're running triple tank. That's what you're running. This is not goats. Goats requires a Moira. Just because the Moira is meant to go with the goats because like she's so good at healing 3 tanks at once. Mercy goes for triple tank if you have a Roadhog. So you have a Lucio. He is going to be controlling the engages. I don't know who he is in Discord. But he should be the one calling out. I'm amping. I'm amping back. He should be controlling the engages here. And you're a flanker. You can do whatever you want. Doomfist is so powerful. He's like, people don't realize it, but he's like a top meta pick right now. His one shot, like if you're good at him, he has such one shot potential. It looks like they're running goats too. You're okay.
Ate my ball.
Okay, so you could have been punished there. First, okay, I will try and draw this, but I'm terrible at drawing on the screen because I can't actually draw letters. One, if I can think of them, there are some main tips with Doomfist. You want to engage with E. You're going to always engage with your E as much as you possibly can, unless you're going on a long rollout, and then you can engage with punch. Just because if you engage with your E and then you uppercut, so say like you're up here, there's like a platform here, there's someone here, you then E down to them, you uppercut them, that stands for shift, then you kill them, and then their team is probably around here, because that's where they're standing, and then you can immediately punch out. You can like jump punch out straight back to where your team is, if that makes sense. Obviously, if you're doing like a really long rollout, then you can punch in, because punch on a 4-second cooldown, so you punch in all the way over here. By that time, there's probably about 1.5 seconds, or like 2 seconds max done. Then you E in, which gives you 1 second. You uppercut, which gives you like, and then shoot, which gives you like a couple of seconds. And by then you have punch up, and then you can punch back out. If that makes sense.
Nice.
I'm getting dope.
I have shatter.
You're getting there. You were out of position completely. You should have punched back into a team. You just punched, run, yeah.
Zai alone.
Like,
One
right
alone.
on the other point.
I'm dead.
Yeah, we split up. That was my bad.
Well, you're acknowledging that. I think that's you.
We have 2 picks and they haven't capped yet. We should go.
That's winnable,
Yeah,
winnable.
we got.
Huge, nice. Get Ryan. Huge.
Reset that.
Okay, one thing I noticed is, apart from when you're playing dive, you don't have much target focus as a team, which it's very easy to forget to do this. But it can cause problems, like big problems, if you're not calling the target focus. And also, I would just tell whoever it is, or just to refrain from either tilt comments or like I don't know what to call them, like comments like huge and oh that's insane, just because you want to keep comms mid-fight as clear as you possibly can to give you the best chance of winning the fight. So like no tilt comments like oh fuck or lag or whatever, ping, whatever.
Nice one.
With Doom, you just need you just need to get better at landing your abilities
Sorry,
And
bye.
and also engages.
God, sorry.
Nice. Cute one.
Let's push them. They're alone. We got this Lucio still.
I would recommend if you're learning Doomfist and you want to play him at a higher level, what I did was, because I saw him, I thought he was a really cool hero, I saw him, he was like top of the meta. So I watched a ton of Brandito videos. So he does Doomfist tutorial videos, and he also does, there's just gameplay uploaded all over YouTube of him playing. which is really, really
Let's
useful
push
for
up and
you.
hold around
And
the
for someone learning Doomfist, because you just watch what he does, and you watch how he
Work on
plays,
me.
and you will learn so much, and you'll get so much better at
Yeah.
Doomfist.
Break low, break low.
I have Shatter again.
Alright, I've got multiple. I've got industry.
Oh, I'm stunned.
Before you Meteor Strike, unless you're comboing at the grab, I would recommend, like, you use your abilities, so you go in with a slam, an uppercut, and then you try and punch someone, and then you ult, and then whilst you're in your ult, your abilities will recharge. They'll come off cooldown, and then you would have gotten extra damage. By the time you landed, they're back out,
Break on me.
or they're back off cooldown, and then
Yes, break behind, break behind. She's T4.
Fabric should have died. I know she stunned you, but like it's your whole
We
team
want
should have killed her.
Okay, we have grab next fight.
I'm checking for top. Yeah, okay, they were me.
You can grab whenever, Luna.
This fight should be easy for you guys. You've got a grav. Oh no, man, they grabbed too.
Moira behind.
Although
Oh,
they
sorry,
grabbed, that was a bad grab from Nazario. It's just that's unlucky. That is just unlucky. You guys did that well there. Your Zarya ulted straight away, which is what you don't want to come into a fight when you have a grav and wait for ages. So it's good that your Zarya grav straight away. You didn't have a massive amount of follow up. Like the thing is with this comp, so now you are running goods. The thing is with this comp is there's not a massive amount of follow up into the grav, apart from Ryan swinging and Zarya if she's high charge. You probably won't cut through that beat. So, and all the health from their tanks and the armor. Fuck free. So, you want to be like you just want to have everyone. So like a lot of time people will grab ingots with just their Rhine swinging into it. You want to have everyone. You want to save your ult for that grab. So you could save your ult, like, you know, against that comp, you're not picking her, you're not picking her, you're not picking him, you're not picking her, you're not picking her, you're not picking him with your ult. No, you're not getting a kill with your ult, because she'll just shield it, she'll fade away, Lucio will run away, she'll bubble, one of these two if they can't run away. She has too much HP and he has too much HP. You're not killing anyone with your ult. So you want to use it to put 300 damage into everyone in that grab. You'll kill 2 of them, and then the rest of them will be extremely low.
Okay, go back to point. Go die on point. Go die on point.
This is a good call, down point. It's costing them 3 of the
I'm
main.
coming back as well
But
with my shatter.
Yeah.
in my opinion, there are 3 like main resources or like things the team can have in this game. There's time, meters / percentage, and resources. By getting on the point, it works better in payload, but like this theory. But by getting on point, you are wasting. So you are giving them less time. You are giving yourselves more percentage, and you're making them dedicate resources into you. That's why you should always stay on point.
Don't let him cap,
Stay
don't let him
point,
cap.
stay point.
Like you just go on now. Yeah, that's good.
Monkus.
Ryan's one.
So it's like you should just let another grab.
Gotcha,
What?
gotcha.
This is good though. You're forcing ults out of them.
No,
See,
sorry, hard
like
to
what I
get.
just said. You're making them like it's like it looks bad, but you haven't used any ults, and you're forcing them to pop their ults just by you guys contesting the point. That Zarya could have had a grab for another fight, which maybe would have secured them the point, but instead you've made her use that when all you guys are doing is contesting,
Die on point.
Never.
and you've also made them use rally.
Right, let's go.
We capture
They
100%.
use.
And
They use
all you
both
need is one
grabs.
fight.
Yeah.
They'll be able to contest, but you need one fight.
If we win a fight, they cannot regroup and push.
Alright, listen, we can grab.
Over 85%.
We can grab and out damage the beat.
We ready?
You're only gonna outdamage the beat if you're doing for salt into it. And now
Oh fuck. No.
your Ryan got put up
Oh, yeah,
position there. He should have been like this is again something that a lot of lower teams don't do, is they don't ult track. You should be constantly thinking about what ults they have and what ults you have. A good way to do it is have every player on your team ult track their counterpart. So, like, you would ult track their projectile DPS, or in this case their brig, and the person's playing the same hero as you. No, and your counter, sorry. So you would just ult track their brig, but say their Zen, or your Zen if you had one, or your Lucio, would ult track their Lucio, and their flanking DPS if they had one. In this case, it's probably their Zarya, because if you need to beat the grab. And if you can get everyone to do that, it's pretty easy to do if you can just get into the habit of it.
Oh, huge.
But it's such an advantage because you'll just always know what ults they have, and you'll be ready for whatever ults they have.
Sorry, one. She's going behind. Sorry's going behind, guys. Sorry's going behind.
Behind where?
Behind the point.
Let's get a free ulter.
Nice. Grab now.
Oh, huge one.
Yeah, we got the heals.
You told your Zarya to grab, but it's good she didn't, because now she has it to win this fight for you guys. You would hope.
Fucking cunt.
That was a trash grab, I'm sorry.
It's
Fine,
okay.
fine.
No, we got healed.
I think you lost that.
I can't heal.
They waste a graph.
They're using ults just to contest an overtime, which is what a lot of teams do, and what you guys need to remember not to do. It's to know, even if it's overtime and you're losing, to know when you've won the fight, because teams will just panic and think, oh, it's overtime, if we lose this fight then they win, we have to pop everything. But you remember, you have fights after this.
Rise low.
Run.
It looks like you're going to win this. You should have... Your Rhino is often getting caught out of position, not able to block their range shatters, which is something he needs to work on.
I can't heal.
Someone some point. Yes, Moira.
That's a
You
brig.
just ult the brig.
I get 1 point.
Oh, so lucky.
No, not again.
Lucio.
I think this is part of the reason you are not able to clear this point straight away
Line one.
is because you have no target focus.
Oh no.
There is
Yeah.
no target focus at all. I don't know if you guys have a dedicated shot caller, but whoever it is needs to start target calling.
Oh my god. I bet. You know one?
Break left, break behind.
And there also needs to be sure shot calls of when
Not shooting.
Brig one.
of
Die one?
okay, this fight's lost, get out. I mean, there has been, but not here, not in this fight. There has been before, but not in this fight. And there needs to be proper calls. This fight is lost, get out. This fight is won, no more
Good
ults.
job.
Finally, huge.
Jesus, that was so long.
That was the most goats game ever. There was so many shatters and grabs. It was insane.
You guys pulled through in the end. I think you just out.
Nice grab.
I know you just played better than them. You didn't
What? Oh, this is gonna be bad. I don't want to.
use communication and etc. to win it.
Yeah, we don't have to see this.
Huge!
No.
Huge swings!
No.
Which one did you tell me to review? I'll
How's
check
that
this
bad? I
one.
don't get it.
That was bad, trust me.
What were you supposed to do there?
No, there was more.
Oh, did you use the you used the ult, didn't you? You shattered no one.
Right. Yeah.
Next map.
Let's go Oasis.
You don't have to do both maps either. Okay. I'll do them. I think isn't next just one map?
That's not always.
That could be.
I can roll this German for Oasis.
I can know it's not Oasis.
We had
Really
control. We're not gonna play 2 control in a row over hour.
Oh, but 2 control in a row is good. It's fun.
Yeah, 2 CP, right?
2 control in a row would make me want to die.
God, no. No 2 CP, thank you.
I hate that.
You're so balanced and
No, it requires actual team play. I don't
Okay.
like that.
Defense I can hold. You look like you're picking Doomfist. Pick Doomfist, please. That's also fine. Farah, first point defense. There is no space for his guns to shut down at all. Apart from if they can find their way through choke and get into a very hard to get in position, there is no pressure on you from his guns. So, as a Farah, she's incredibly strong first point I can hold. Just because the way the choke is and the sightlines when you're attacking the choke, you are so free to just spam. Doomfist is also very, very good on this point. There are so many flank routes and on both attack and defense. There's so many flank routes and like rollouts and everything that you can just have so much fun and do so much damage. So I hope you pick Farah actually.
I guess I have to play Orisa more.
Oh, I guess I have to play Farah. It's bad.
McCree Lucy?
I mean, somebody's got to do
Bastion?
this.
Bastion? What was that, Bastion?
Let's go McCree Farah. And Luna, you can hog or Diva, I guess, up to you.
Hey Lisa, you wanna swap?
Oh, sure, why not?
Nah.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Let's go. Is good. Orisa Diva is something that is a higher level strat. And so something that annoys me about lower SR teams is that they think playing a dive comp is running dive and playing a goats comp is running goats. They're not just comps, they're strategies. For example, like Orisa Diva is not just a team comp, it's a strategy. You have your Orisa, obviously with the shield, protecting your hit scan and your Zen, and then your Diva is there for one reason, to contest the high ground. And also to peel for your Zen, because she's very, very good at peeling. There isn't a whole lot of high ground to contest on this point, because you could, if there's someone on bridge, they're easily shut down by your Farah. So I would probably go with a hog. He's better at spamming the choke. Then you've obviously got a McCree for in case I have a Farah, who's just also good on this point. Mercy, obviously, to pocket the Farah, which is you. Also, I know I'm terrible at drawing circles, but I know I never did art in school. Your job is to spam, and just only spam. Also, I think this still works, but if you see, this is their spawn door, so you can stand, like you can keep in this menu. And if anyone walks up to their spawn door, then you can actually see what comp they have. That's just a little tip. Your comp on this defense is good, but I would swap the Diva for a Roadhog.
What do you mean?
In terms of Doomfist flanks, if you can you untap?
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm actually botting out. Can I please? All I want to do is just pause this. There you go. Okay. Doomfist starts here on this little castle bit. If you can jump punch over here, and then you can slam down there. Right here is choke. So you slam down right in front of choke with a 125 slam. That is that's his 125. Well, it doesn't, but it's meant to. You uppercut, then you should, because of the length of the rollout, have then a punch to get out. It's just, and you can usually secure a kill or put in a lot of damage. You can also do the same thing going over here. This is like after they've pushed in through the choke. If you can't make it straight away, then you just dive in, boom, and then punch.
Okay, I'm gonna check my stats real quick.
Lisa, you're probably like the 4th best Farah on the team.
Please don't look at my recommended, by the way.
What the fuck? I'm better than you.
I watch a lot of XQC videos.
Aviation's definitely better.
And my friend linked me one KSI versus Logan Paul video, and now I get loads of recommended.
Out of my...
I'm imagining you're probably going to do it, but you can just fly up here and then spam straight from spawn down to the spawn door, which is like, well, it's actually here, but you get what I mean. You can get a lot of damage in.
It's okay.
But if you see what I mean about the sightlines onto you, if they get on top of bridge, you can get so close to them and dive them, and you can get so much damage onto them from your tanks, they can't actually stand up there. And of course, if they're a hit scan, if they're like a widow, it's just a bad place for them to stand. Then if you're floating up here and you're spamming, like you're up here, you're spamming the choke down here, you're shooting loads of rockets, doing loads of damage, etc., etc. What space does their hit scan who's standing here or here have to shoot you? None at all. He has no sightlines to shoot you. What their tanks have to do is come through the choke that you are spamming them in, create space, stand here, whilst you are hanging around up here or something. Sorry, that's really bad. Like, hang around up here or something, and then have them McCree shoot you. You're getting pocketed by Mercy, and by then you should have moved, repositioned to like behind this thing, and you see how it works.
Probably dead by tigers in Sri Lanka right now.
Why is literally every diva got the new skin and I can't get the new skin?
Because I
I'm
got
so
it.
exhausted.
Oh,
I don't like the new
So-
Diva skin
so
because it doesn't say surf this.
I got the Rhine skin, but I feel guilty playing this.
The Rhine skin is broken.
Yeah, that's why I feel guilty playing.
Wait, why?
prefer
The voice
Uh,
line
the
is
voice
way
line
harder
is
to
why.
react to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, he
that
says,
is true.
touch
He says like touchdown or something, which a lot of it is probably getting changed because a lot of pro players are complaining in the pro Discord about
down
that.
really fast instead of the hammer down, so you
And
can't.
Yeah, you're doing what I said. Good.
Take a dive.
Yeah, it's pay to win.
If you could tab for me, that'd
Dive
be
with
useful.
honor.
Anna, Lucio.
By now you should have pressed tab
Nice.
just
Where's
once to see exactly what comp they have.
Genji's one.
It looks like they're running Winston, Diva, Genji. I think I heard of Sombra. Genji, Ana, Lucio. This Ana is so exploitable for you. Because when their tanks dive in, I'm going to draw a little scenario here. Can I change my pen colour? Because I don't like drawing in pink, in like red all the time. Yeah, I think I did it. Okay. The Ana is here. Let me redraw that. Sorry, I'm new to this epic pen thing. Their Ana is here. Their tanks are going to dive in over this way, along with their. So this is their Winston, this is their Diva, this is their Genji, this is their Lucio, and their Sombra is going to be like she's going to fucked off somewhere over here. Their Ana cannot follow them because she's not fast enough, she's not mobile enough. If the Lucio gets it, and if the Ana does come in, she's just going to get ruined in the process of the dive. What your job is to do is to then go onto the Ana. You can she is a hit scan, basically, so she can kill you, but you're going to have to like concussive blast onto her, or just get really close to her, and then just destroy her with rockets.
Let's rotate.
It's how you deal with all dangerous hit scans as far.
Let's go in that honor.
Anna's alone?
Yeah.
Anna alone, yeah.
Nice scaling.
Anna's low. Anna dead.
Yeah, see, you've just exploited her because she had no cover.
Lucio low. Lucio low.
That's why Ana is so bad with dive,
Yeah, that's okay.
because she's just so exploitable.
Run away!
I'm 72 to brush.
I vote.
They haven't switched to a hit scan.
They have Widow.
Oh yeah, they just did.
They have a widow, but if you just play around here, like where my cursor is
They're
now,
going to the
or
side.
like around there, here, exactly here where my cursor is, their widow can't hit you.
It's
Or you can
fine,
actually play
let's,
here
like,
too,
come
but
back.
She has more of a sight line if you play that.
Right side. Huge.
One thing you can do is just a little tip to mess up their monkey dive. Is as he comes towards you, you hit him with a concussive blast. It like messes him up mid-air.
We're up
Puts
two,
him out of
we're up
position.
two. This should be a win.
Evo.
Zenny, help Zenny.
Why does he say Zenny? Is that a
Get you behind,
nickname?
get you behind.
Or
What's this?
whatever works for you guys.
Point.
They've got a McCree now, apparently.
Heals.
Alright, well, I've got Rush. I'm
Okay.
gonna
So you have Barrage. There are two things you should be thinking about right now. Is you can keep me alive. I'm not going to write that out. I'm just going to write safety. And positioning. So, on your team, who can keep you alive? You have a Diva. She can matrix you. You have a Mercy. Oh, you should. Sorry, you should also be thinking about combos. Oh my god, I cannot run. So, your Diva and Mercy can keep you alive. You need to be communicating with them, like I told you to on Lijiang, saying, okay, I have Barrage, Diva, matrix me, Mercy, pocket me. Your positioning should be, you can float around up here, you put damage in, then all of a sudden you're going to want it concussive into where their tanks are, or their supports, and take them out straight away. You want to watch out for the Genji deflect, because he can completely melt you if you do that. And your Diva's not matrixing you. Combos. You have an Orisa, I think she has Supercharger, I don't know. If she does, you want to probably combo it with that. Because the damage boost in Orisa ult is incredible damage. If you can pull it off right, Pharah's ult is so powerful.
Tell me when Gaston and I'll try and like hold them together.
When they push it, like right after they're through the. Oh, okay, they're in. I'm barraging.
That is exactly what
my
you
bad.
should have done about the concussiving onto, like, using your concussive onto their supports. Except, you did not use your Diva and you did not use your Mercy. If you'd used them, you would be alive. And you also were not conscious about their Diva.
Even right now, nice chance.
Huge.
It's fine, your Mercy managed to get a res and
On a one, on a dead.
it, like, but as your team goes up, you will get
Nice.
properly punished for doing that.
Should not have ult it,
Let's back up, let's back up,
You
let's
actually,
Oh, there's a Diva here, we can get her.
yeah, good.
No, come back.
If your team was with you,
They food again.
that's just about trust and like dedication to calls. If your team were with you, you could have DMA'd that Diva and it would have been a huge stagger.
Burn shield, burn shield. Quick. Nice.
Okay, go to the point, go to point.
right side point. Genji behind. What up? Oh.
You should
Okay, nice.
you
nice.
should give it, like, you should be a free,
Even.
Genji's
like,
half,
a
Genji's
free
half.
buy for your
Get
Mercy
one.
from that Diva roll. Chasing a Genji as far is a bad idea. It's very hard for you to
Yeah,
roll
no, with
them.
Alyssa.
Oh, sure, man.
I got Genji.
That's not what I want.
Yeah, I think it's so.
I would swap off Fire now if I were you.
Yeah, I'm gonna swap
Good.
to. Hanzo.
I also play a lot of Hanzo.
Or you want something to die with?
Guys, can somebody...
Hanzo's fine. You can.
Where are you?
I feel like a lot of
Oh,
people
there.
forget Hanzo is a sniper. I know he's a brawl
I'm
sniper, but he can
taking
also
Castle.
like sit on high ground and hit
Max
shots if
up.
you're good enough with him.
He's still on him, no cooldowns.
I got you, Jay.
She won.
Can you jump up?
That's just good. Like that's, I mean, their tanks are just playing extremely slow.
Genji.
Their Widow has walls now, so you have to be careful about peeking sightlines. Was that a sleep dart? I think it was.
What at the top?
I'm one.
You can focus on this Diva now.
Diva.
If I were you, I wouldn't. If their Diva's matrixing you, just wait. Your Storm Arrow
Diva's
lasts
almost
long
at
enough to wait it out. I don't know exactly how long Storm Arrow lasts, but it lasts longer than 2 seconds, which is the time of her matrix. So you should be.
Putting Sonic
Oh,
over
it's very rainy outside right now. You should be getting her out of mech there, but just save your spam for after her matrix.
Monkey blocking left door.
Nice shots.
Sure, wait a bit, Jack.
There's a Genji behind you and you're not standing around. No, you got dived there. There wasn't. Your team had already been picked apart.
I have ult. I might be able to still.
Oh, if you can get on point. With the sweats in.
If you get on point, I have ult
No.
also.
Go, 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 go.
I
go.
can't.
This one.
You can ult this, actually.
I'm gonna ult aggressively here and then switch to a Ryan Zarya.
Go back.
You know they're just going to be looking to ult now.
Still one.
One thing you can do to Betel's deflect FC is melee. Because if you get in his face and he sees you like using action, there's a chance that he will deflect.
Lucio.
And if you get him to deflect, then you can start like spamming shots at him.
You're anti.
I think another one of your problems right now is just mechanics, which is something that you will improve. I can give tips to improve mechanics, like play deathmatch or just 1v1 people,
Well,
like
that's
a lot.
bit after
There's obviously you don't play hits guns, but if you ever did need to, which you might want to start practicing either your Widow or your Tracer, because Widow Tracer is a very, very good comp. I had to learn Tracer for my team, and games like Aim Hero are good for that.
Focus
Just
on
like
looking
the
first.
mechanical side of it.
I'm dead.
There isn't a huge
Swamp
I'm
tank
going
line.
round.
Swamp
like
tank
other
line.
side to Widow apart from mechanics. She's just so aim intensive. It's all about like apart from that, it's just positioning. You're gonna wanna.
I'm dead.
That was
yeah.
That was bad.
Can you join?
You should wait for your
I've got
your
my
Ult
reboot.
when you spawn and ult when you spawn
then-
and then switch.
You wanna
That doesn't work.
Point.
ult the payload
Too slow.
and then just go in. Like yeah, now it gives your team cover and then you go in. It beats it out, unfortunately.
There's an Ana here. Ana backline.
So I don't want to be harsh, but you kind of lost your team that fight there. Because you went out, you died, and then it was a 5v6 shut away. You should have just waited for your whole team to be there. Known, okay, I think they have walls, or they can, they can see me. They know I'm coming. I'm just gonna wait.
It's unlucky that it isn't under, but it's whatever. I'll just
Yeah,
have
let's
to
go
deal with it.
goats.
Whatever.
Goats. So you're on Moira duty.
Generally, your gameplay is good. There's just small mistakes that are costing you. Because it all adds up. There are a few small mistakes and small problems that are costing you because it just adds up into everything. This first point is you could play Doomfist because you can flank around the right side.
I was waiting for you.
You're gonna Ranzari is good here, or you can
I'll
dive.
show you a trick.
Oh, yeah.
But you are gonna be expecting a spam.
On the
from
ledge,
them.
I'm going this far.
Uh-huh.
Actually pretty far. And if
That's pretty far, dude.
and I look know how far I go.
A snowman.
Oh, wow.
Amazing, right?
How'd you learn that, dude?
I watched Jane and didn't watch 1 hour half boring video.
I think I showed you, actually.
No, you didn't.
I think I did.
Like
Because
Bob
I'm a
Ross
smart boy.
game.
I think I did. Dude,
Jane is steady.
Jane's not where it's at. It's Coach 60. That's where you're at.
It's actually Stylosa. You wanna watch Stylosa? I hate that dude.
Assistant coach.
He's going full.
He's such just a typical coach.
He's assistant coach.
No, he's assistant coach for
Well,
Dallas.
Dallas, will you fool?
Yeah, but he's thinking of going
Let's go left, go left, go left, go left, go left. But get on the
Go
left,
left,
she can dash, she
everyone.
can
The break. You should punish her here.
How'd you get out?
Nice.
Thank God.
dash. Lucio,
That's
Lucio,
what you're
Lucio.
throwing. Let's go.
Right,
Monkey,
You just picked off 2 supports now. You should definitely win this. You want to be using stun like much more.
Zen half.
There's a diva here in backline.
Sometimes it's not
Oh, the diva.
best to stun and then flail because it will knock them out of
Get
where
a
you can
Lisa.
actually hit them.
to go full time stream, if I'm not mistaken.
Yo, oh my God.
Like you might want to
There's a
stun,
Lisa. Yeah.
hit a
Stop,
few
stop, stop, stop the
swings,
dive.
and then
It's
flail.
called Diva Lisa.
Nice. Do a switch?
Yeah, go Sombra.
What do you want me on? Can we go Pharmacy or?
Genji doing first. Sure. Luna, can you diva, please?
The only problem is if they swap to a hits gun at this point, you're very
Lucio.
like. Just look at that. Like, no, I'm gonna go back a second. Right here. Look at the sight line. If you go over here and you're, say, if you are hovering about just here, the sight lines they have all of this. Let's stand here. They have all of that. There's also this over here. If you go over the bridge, they have all of this still. It's the only problem.
Lucio. Genji.
Okay, I'm jumping high ground. 3, 2,
Mark your
1.
lawn on low ground. Okay.
Where at? Oh, he jumped right.
This is good. You're just spamming in. You're getting ult charge. You're disrupting them. They can't deal with you, and you're putting you're giving them problems.
Marking no jump.
Then one.
Looks Genji.
If you drop, I can hear you too.
Genji is generally a bad focus target. They have a Zen, which means you focus the Zen. Genji is a bad focus target because, apart from like maybe after the first 2 kills, he's just because it requires your D.Va to have decent tracking and you can't really hit him like
We're
on
getting
purpose
low.
from that far away.
The D.Va is really annoying. The D.Va light out, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what she was doing.
I think she
Genji's on me. I need some help here. Thank you. Thank you.
We soften him up with Pharah first and then go in. Monkey's sitting on the high ground left.
Yeah, I've got brush, so we can go into that.
So you farm barrage very, very quickly there, which is good.
Alright, let's go.
Monkey on
You want to get closer to the floor. Your barrage usage is your main problem, Makara.
Monkey on cut.
You want to be close to the ground, because
They
then
on rally?
you will get more rockets in before you die, or before they have a time to react to it.
D.Va's
And
in our
you are not
territory,
communicating
so-
with the people that can protect you about keeping you alive.
D.Va hacked. D.Va has soul.
Alright, group up. I don't know how we didn't win that.
Oh god, monkey. Help me!
You know that D.Va has bomb now, which is a massive counter to you. It can completely displace you. Also, I have a Discord message.
I
Here's
would
this one.
switch the farm.
Check, dude.
The D.Va is,
Yeah, I think you're right. What do you want me on then?
Genji doing first. Tracer.
Anything. If you can play Trace, that's good.
Yeah, they've got a rally.
Genji on bridge. What? Monkey behind.
I can impede.
That's good that you reacted to the monkey behind and
Let's again,
you
you
didn't just ignore it. Dash him.
Monkey one.
Zen is dead.
Monkey.
Huge.
Your Sombra's not calling out EMPs.
I'm switching them more.
That's something she needs to do.
Forget one.
Huge.
D.Va's ult, watch out.
Nice.
Come back, Genji,
Lucy on point.
Genji.
Genji on point.
Okay, D.Va's got her ultimate.
Zen has a trance as well.
Okay.
I'm not going left though.
Alright, I'm spamming right there.
This is good spam, I just wouldn't stand still. Just in
They're
case.
going
They're
west
going
side.
right. Okay.
That's cool.
Okay, right now you want to farm tanks for your ult.
Oh wow.
No bubble.
Mercy hacked.
Zen one.
What? Oh my god, the bomb is so good.
Okay, if they've just used rally trans and so they've just used rally, trans, Genji ult, and D.Va bomb. They've just used 4 ults for a retake. Something you could have called yourself or anyone on your team should have called is just like reset no ults, because that is what is called a dry push. You have not used any ults, and I mean your D.Va just popped hers for some reason, but you have not used any ults. They've just used 4. You're coming up on 2, maybe 3. Your Moira will charge hers pretty quickly. Moira, although she should be playing Mercy, or he should be playing Mercy. So you back out, you reset, you just die, jump off the map, whatever, and then you go back in. You have your blade. You get your what should be a mercy to damage boost you, and then you win the fight because they didn't have any ults, or they had like 2. Oh, well, she acknowledges she wasted it, so that's fine.
Blade and beat. That's not great.
It is great because they also now only have Valk
we're
and
getting-
Primal, which are 2 even more useless ults.
Diva. Let's go.
Primal is just stalling, and like I don't think he's going to be good enough to juggle anyone off the map.
Killer and first.
Oh, Mercy was literally
Anyway,
one.
you could have dashed over.
Yeah, easy win.
Give yourself more time.
Diva.
Just play point. You're up. You don't need to chase him.
Yeah, that's 3 guys fine.
Get you behind,
Monkeys on me. Need help?
I got booped away.
This is just mid-fight fighting stuff. You should focus, target yourself. You're just like you're shooting the monkey, and you're shooting the brig, and you're shooting the Genji, and you're shooting the, you know. He's like, nice.
Genji's one.
I'm still nothing there. Wait. If you know you have dash, you could chase them and then dash them.
No, I'm reset. Okay, reset.
I'm just going for. Oh. So you have Blade again, but the Zen's gonna have trans, so you want to be calling for a dive on the Zen, or a hack on the Zen.
That's the one.
Probably a hack and then a dive. So you get your Sombra to flank backline. What is going on? Is this just... Okay. You want to get your Sombra to flank backline, hack the Zen, then you dive him, and then you can Blade.
I'm going on the Zen. Genji one in the back.
Get you one.
Mercy's hacked. Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Genji behind.
This bomb kill.
Hack
Nice,
behind.
okay. Your Mercy... Oh no,
Nice.
never mind. Sorry, I keep thinking you have a Mercy, because you should have a Mercy.
Nice.
No, no.
Oh my god, I got booped. How?
You should have won this fight anyway.
Get the monkey.
He hacked your ult. Monkey one.
Monkey.
Mercy, get Mercy.
Huge. I'll be a bit late.
Okay. I'm gonna go Ryan Zaya. Let's switch right now, because otherwise we won't get ult.
IVP.
Hanzo or Junk?
Either works in this point. Junk is strong, Hanzo also. They're both spam. Junk more so.
Shit, that was someone.
Good. Oh, don't leave me alone.
I would get your Sombra to play Brig.
Get you one. Behind.
Nice.
You're playing in a very aggressive position here, but they're not punishing you for it, so...
Wait behind.
Wood on the right.
Come. Back on the right.
VP.
Ryan.
Develop.
Good on.
Good one.
Widow one top.
Just that.
There's a Genji above us.
Genji's
Yeah.
on top.
Just one.
Nice.
Diva.
Put a trap in front of you before you do that. You should go for the Genji.
Oh.
You should have gone for the Genji straight away. Like, the instant you saw him blading. He's such a high value target.
I'm dead.
What just happened?
Only Genji.
Oh, your Ryan probably shattered.
Winnable. Draw back.
Comms right now are silent, which is... Okay,
I guess. Oh.
I'm gonna see you lose this. If you do win this, I'll be very impressed.
Winnable.
You typed GG before the game was over, you're toxic. Okay. Right. Let me go to the blank screen part, because then it gives me something to write on.
Sorry, that was very close to you.
Gonna go.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with your personal problems. Let me write up here. You. Okay. 1. Mechanics. I know no one likes to be told that they don't have very good mechanics. Your mechanics aren't... They are probably... I would say your mechanics are of a low diamond. High plat, low diamond. Number 2. Communication. You are not communicating with your team yourself about your role and about like your combos and just about you as a DPS, which is what you should be doing. I'd say number 3 is knowledge. You don't seem to have a massive amount of knowledge of each of the heroes you play, which I would just recommend watching the best. For Pharah, watch some Overwatch Pharahs, play Pharah. Watch Valkyria. For Genji, watch some Overwatch Genjis. Watch Necros. For for watch agilities, and then for Doomfist, just watch a ton of Brandito. And if you fix these problems, you have the potential to be like a 10 out of 10 GM player. Definitely. But you need to work on it. Now, your team. This includes you. You have basically no shot calling. So I would say like 1 out of 10 shot calling. I don't know if that's because your shot caller is not comfortable on the role, or because he doesn't know what to shot call. Some tips for shot calling: keep it concise, like clean. So as little words as you can possibly say with it being understood, because then it's going to get into people's heads and be conveyed as fast as possible. They also need to... So calling a target is fine, but you need to... So you don't have any target calling, first of all. But also, calling a target is fine, but it needs to be the right target. Like calling a Genji for a dive is bad. Dive is you also don't have like full strat ideas. You're running comps, but you're not running the strategies. GOATS is all about just bombarding them with your speed and your tanks and your brig and rolling them. It's not just running a comp. There was a number 2. I should have written this down because I forgot it. I think it's just like combos with each other for your team. Like you damage boosting the blade. I mean, another thing is comps. Like you should never run a Moira with dive. Combos with your team, it's about having like the damage boosted blade, the all diving the Zen. Your Winston, when he dives, instead of saying, I'm going on Zen, he should be saying, Diva, BFG, I'm going to dive the Zen, are you ready? Then, like, because he can say I'm going on Zen, but what if your Diva doesn't have rocket boosters? What if you don't have dash? What if you're in a completely bad position? He needs to know. And then you could just say, no, I'm not ready, And then, like, you wait a couple of seconds to be ready, and then you'll go when you're all ready. Those are your main problems. If you fix those problems, and what I've talked about in this review, and everything that I've gone through, you guys will be a very good team, but you have a long way to go. If you're committed, then you will succeed. Anyway, I hope this helps, because that is what I'm here to do.